Yo guys, the control rework might be coming to Blox Fruits, and I have to say, the situation is getting crazy. But before that, if you want a chance to win a permanent pain fruit, you must watch this video till the very end. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below a secret code that I will reveal somewhere at the very end. I will be picking a random winner, so make sure you stick around for that. Now let us get into it. The control fruit rework has been promised for so long, and yet here we are, still waiting. The devs have teased it, dropped hints, and made claims about how it was coming soon, but fast forward all the way to September 2025 and nothing has happened. We are now officially getting 3 reworked fruits this cycle, and Control is still not one of them. For God's sake, they are reworking Bomb before Control. And as much as Bomb needed attention, it is insane that one of the most iconic fruits in the game continues to be ignored. The frustration comes from how Control has always been hyped up as a fruit with insane potential. Players have been expecting it to be transformed into a god-tier fruit that matches its anime counterpart, yet every update cycle it gets pushed aside. It almost feels like the devs are stringing us along, promising a rework to keep the hype alive, but never actually delivering it.
Let's see. Control, okay. Hey, we're gonna need that for the rework whenever it comes out. We're gonna need that for the rework whenever it comes out.
And while Bomb, Rumble, and Pain are getting the spotlight, Control is left sitting in the shadows. What makes it worse is that Control is not just another fruit. In the anime, it is one of the most unique and overpowered abilities ever created. The fact that in Blox Fruits it is underwhelming compared to Leopard, Doe, or even Dragon is disappointing. You can tell the devs want to do something big with it because they keep delaying it, but the longer the wait goes on, the more frustrating it becomes for the community. Players are left wondering, will Control ever get the justice it deserves? So the big question is, when will Control actually get the rework it deserves? And honestly, the more you think about it, the more insane it feels that one of the flashiest and most beloved fruits in the anime is still sitting at the bottom of the tier list in Blox Fruits, waiting for its justice. Based on the current schedule, we are finishing this cycle with week 6. Bomb has already been confirmed, and Celestial is expected to close things out. That leaves Control hanging. But the way I see it, Control could be one of those reworks that drops right after the week 6 update, maybe as part of a surprise follow-up patch. The devs know how badly people want this fruit to shine, and I cannot imagine them leaving it in its current state forever. Now let us shift gears and talk about Control in the anime. In One Piece, Control is known as the Ope no Mi, and it is one of the most incredible fruits ever created. Used by Trafalgar Law, it allows the user to create a massive room where they control everything inside. Within that room, the user can teleport, swap places with objects, cut opponents without harming them, and even perform some of the most terrifying techniques in the entire series. The sheer creativity and versatility of Control makes it one of the most beloved powers in One Piece, and it deserves to have that same level of impact in Blox Fruits. Think about the techniques we see in the anime. Shambles, where Law swaps places with enemies or objects, could be an insane PvP tool in Blox Fruits. Counter Shock, which sends a huge burst of electricity through an opponent, could be a powerful stun move. Gamma Knife, one of Law's deadliest abilities, could be a high-damage finisher that bypasses defenses. And then there is the Room Expansion, where the dome grows massive and gives the user total dominance of the battlefield. All of these abilities have incredible potential, and right now none of them are properly represented in the game. Another thing that makes a potential Control rework so exciting is how it could look with modern Blox Fruits visual effects. Imagine summoning a giant translucent dome, glowing blue and humming with energy, covering an entire battlefield. Every enemy caught inside would instantly know they were under your control. When you use Shambles, the screen could flash with sparks as you and your opponent swap places in an instant. Gamma Knife could have green lightning coursing through your hands before slamming into an enemy with a cinematic impact. Even simple slashes could leave glowing trails, giving the fruit that perfect mix of style and power. We have seen how the devs upgraded visuals for fruits like Rumble and Pain, turning them into some of the flashiest abilities in the game. If Control gets that same treatment, it would not just play differently, it would feel different every time you activated a move. A proper rework could make Room one of the most iconic animations in Blox Fruits, with glowing spheres, teleport effects, and slicing particles that rival anything we have seen so far. Just imagine if Blox Fruits managed to capture even half of what Control can do in the anime. We could have a room ability that creates a massive dome around the battlefield, giving the player unique mechanics inside. Moves that let you swap positions with NPCs or enemies. Attacks that cut through enemies in cinematic ways without instantly killing them. Even utility skills like teleporting across your room or controlling objects in the environment. If done properly, Control could become one of the most creative and unique fruits in the entire game. And the community knows this. That is why so many fan-made versions of Control exist already. In fan concepts, we often see moves like Shambles for swapping places, Gamma Knife as a high-damage piercing attack, and room expansion where the dome grows to cover huge areas. Some concepts even imagine Control having supportive abilities in team fights, like letting you heal allies or protect them while inside the room. These fan-made movesets show just how much potential the fruit has, and they only make the lack of an official rework even more frustrating. Another popular fan-made idea is Amputate, where you cut enemies into pieces inside the room without killing them immediately, leaving them stunned and vulnerable for combos. Others have suggested adding an auto-teleport dash, letting you instantly blink to any point within your room. The possibilities are endless, and that is why the community is so desperate to see Control rework. It could genuinely introduce mechanics that no other fruit in the game has. From a meta perspective, Control could also be revolutionary. In PvP, imagine setting up a giant room and forcing your opponent to fight entirely on your terms. You could swap places mid-combo, throw enemies into your attacks, or cut them down with Gamma Knife while they have no escape. In raids, a large room ability could give your team control over spawns, letting you dominate waves with precision moves. And in grinding, teleportation abilities combined with AoE skills would make farming faster and more fun than ever before. And then we get to the economy. Every time a fruit gets reworked, its value skyrockets. Just look at Pain and Rumble. Control is already considered a decent trading fruit, but the second its rework drops, it will shoot up in demand. People will be trading leopards, dragons, and other top-tier fruits just to get it. If you happen to have a Control fruit right now, my advice is, hold on to it. The moment the rework lands, you will be sitting on one of the most valuable fruits in the entire game. And the community has been extremely vocal about this. Every time a new fruit gets confirmed for a rework, Control fans flood the chats with memes about being ignored again. On Reddit, players joke that Control is the fruit of false promises, while on Discord, you will find endless screenshots of people begging for room to finally be useful. Some even joke that Bomb, one of the most clown fruits for years, got its rework before Control, which only makes the frustration louder. But this hype also builds pressure on the devs. When Control finally drops, it will instantly dominate the conversation and likely be one of the most celebrated updates in Blox Fruit's history. At the end of the day, Control has been left in the dark for far too long. We have seen Bomb get its justice. We are about to see Celestial debut, and yet Control, the fruit with some of the most iconic anime inspiration, still sits untouched. Maybe, just maybe, the devs are saving it for something big right after Week 6. If that is the case, it could finally give Control the spotlight it has always deserved. But what do you guys think? Will Control finally get its rework in the next cycle? Or do you think the devs will keep dragging it out even longer? And what kind of abilities do you want to see added? Shambles, Room, Gamma Knife, or something completely new? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And as promised, the giveaway code is We Need Control Rework. Make sure you comment it for a chance to win that permanent pain fruit. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And with that said, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.